Hello, welcome back to Coin Jam. We have something a little bit different today, a little bit exciting. We have recently retrieved from PCGS a consignment of graded coins. If you're not aware, graded coins is where a coin has been professionally evaluated and given a grade on a universal scale and encapsulated into a case. Now, we sent off 120 coins to be graded, and I'm going to be unboxing these coins to see what grade we got and for you to get a nice look at the coins as we go through them. So it should be a bit exciting. Hopefully we got some good grades in there. This was the first time we've sent things away, so there's probably going to be a mixed bag in terms of the results. We obviously have to examine each coin closely to make sure that it is good enough to be sent off. There's no point sending off coins that are not going to grade well, but we've got our fingers crossed, and hopefully there'll be lessons to be learned from those that aren't so great. So the boxes have come back. These are the official boxes they come in from PCGS, nice plastic cases, and they're numbered A to F. A of F, that one is the first one, and these were sent via Imperial Coins in Brisbane, who act as an intermediary to PCGS, which are based in the US and are the preferred professional graders for Australian coins. So let's dive straight in with the first box. I'm going to kind of cut the video between each box, but yeah, just for ease of recording, but we'll go through them all and see how we go. Okay, so let's get started with the first box, A. These are the official PCGS plastic boxes they come in. We've scored off the security tape. So 20 coins in each one. And here we go. So here is the Olympic gold-plated round 50-cent piece that was released this year. Hopefully that's in focus for you. And this has come back as a 67. So it's out of 70, so it's MS 67. MS means mint state, which means it's in the top end. I won't go into the complete details of all grades on this video, but I'll be doing other videos about that. But it's out of 70, but 67, a little disappointing. I've seen these in better grades, but it's still a lovely coin and really does shine well in a case. So that's that one. We just did the one of those. What have we got here? Another 2020, 50 cents. So these should be in some kind of logical order. So this is the year of the rat for 2020, a 50-cent piece, and that's with the extra sides to it, 12 sides, I believe. And that's a 68, so that's not bad. Quite happy with that. Here we go. Right, in the Indian Pacific, a nice coloured 50-cent coin from this year. That's a 66. That's quite disappointing. These have gone as high as 69. So I'm not sure what has brought that down to a 66, but because it looks quite nice. But probably take a magnifying glass to see exactly what's given that a lower grade. We should have a couple of those. Oh, here we go. Oh, 65. Oh, that's a shame. Wow, I think that must be the lowest grade these coins have got. Again, not an obvious, maybe a slight mark on that. But again, these were checked, so that is a shame. Again, we'll look at both of those to see if we can find the cause of those lower grades. Okay, Skippy the bush kangaroo. I got another coloured 50-cent coin from this year. That's a 67. Again, that's okay, not great. Again, looks pretty good. So there's a lot to learn. You know, you really do need to get the very best coins to get the good grades. Okay, 68. That's better. So that's not so bad. 69 would have been nice, but there we go. What have we got here? Afghan Cameliers, 68 again. That's okay. There has been 70s on this. There's not always a 70. You don't always find a coin getting as high as a 70. This one there has been 70s, so 68's okay. Right. Oh, here we go. What's this? 2015. Yeah. So this is another gold-plated 50-cent piece. 68. That's nice. Yeah, this is beautiful. So we just had a few of these older ones to grade because they do well. Yeah, Big Ted from 2016 from Play School. There were 3 coloured 50-cent pieces from Play School. This one's the slightly more common one because it was available on a PNC as well as in the sets. But it's still quite a popular coin. And the 68 is quite nice. It's, again, not the highest, I don't think. What have we got here? Yep, the Jack Brabhams. Another coloured 50-cent piece. Subtle colour on that one, but I really like this coin. Maybe keeping this one. 68. Again, there's been higher, but it's not too bad. So the Western Front from 2014. This was part of an Australia at War series, which recently came back into popularity. This coin in particular, because of its red poppy. But there's quite a few nice coloured coins in that set, as well as a lot of non-coloured coins. 67 is not the best grade, but this was the only one I had, and it still is probably worth more graded than not, even counting the grading fee itself. Here we go. This is the RAM 50th anniversary. They did this coin in 3 different versions. They did a non-coloured, this one which is the coloured, and they did a proof version which was gold-plated, not coloured but gold-plated. 68, that's quite nice. I do like that coin. Okay. Indigenous languages, the frosted version. So this is the version that came on the card, not slightly different to the one that went into circulation. It's got the frosted areas, if you can see. 67, that's pretty average, but it is still a nice coin and it does present well. So that's 2019. What's this one? 2020. So this is the standard circulating coin for 2020 with the Jodie Clark new effigy. So the 6th portrait, as they refer to it on the label. 65, that's not great. This was taken from a mint set, so the folder with all 6 coins in it. So that's a bit of a shame that it only got a 65. If it was from a roll or a bag, then would understand a lower grade, but from a mint set you'd kind of hope. So that will need some investigation. Look closer, see if we can learn something from that one. The Bathurst Legend from the Ford car set from 2018. This was the uncoloured version. Most of the coins in the set were coloured. This was a non-coloured one that was only available in the boxed, the tin set. So that's very desirable by people, especially graded. 68 has had 69s. I think there was like 170. Perhaps I could be wrong, but 68's it's not bad. Could be worse. Pretty happy with that. Here we go. What's this one? So this is this year's and a special gold-plated 50 cent with an M privy mark for the Melbourne show. So it was only available from the ANDA show at Melbourne, which didn't physically happen. It happened online, and these sold out very, very quickly. There was only about 2,000 made, 2020, I think, to mark the year. And again, these gold-plated ones I love, so you'll see a few of them. 67, not too bad. Well, not great, but I've seen better. But I didn't have many of these to grade, obviously, as they were so rare and hard to get hold of. There should be another one. I'm guessing that's next. Here we go. 68. Okay, so that's better. I would need to check what the highest has been achieved. Has probably been a 69. Obviously, 50s are a hard one. They often do get high, as I've mentioned, some as high as 70 as a perfect kind of coin. But there is a lot of coin there, So there's a lot of space for nicks and dings and scratches to happen if you're not careful, even in the mint process. So even before they've been put into the capsules you get them on the card from, they can still get problems. So that's why you have to check them carefully. So we're moving back to 2019. This is the Garn. So this was the predecessor to the Indian Pacific, and after the first one, which was the 3801 Steam, Legends of Steam, which I don't have. Or I've got one, but I haven't graded it. So a 68. That's quite nice. Garn is a very popular coin. So it says colorized, even though there were no non-colorized versions. So I'm not sure why they do that, but there we go. That's not too bad. There should be another one. Is it? Yes. 68 again. Okay, great. That's quite nice. So we'll put those two down together. And last one of this box. So an older one here from 2001. The Federation, the 50-cent proof that came in the proof set with the colour coat of arms design. Very kind of timeless coin, that. Always popular. 69. Okay, that's nice. Obviously, we always hope for 70 with the proofs. 70's a lot more achievable with the proofs because the proofs are so perfectly made. You normally end up with a 69 or a 70. If you get lower than the 69, something's happened. But that's very nice, and that will find someone's. I think I'm forming a collection of a 2001 set, so that will go nicely with that. You'll notice these ones are mentioned PR instead of MS. So with these ones, you'll notice it says PR instead of MS. So that's to indicate it's a proof coin, and a 69 is still on the scale of 70. So that's the same. And the DCAM means deep cameo, which refers to the deeper depth between the raised areas and the field, the flat area. It's just a historical thing. These days, every proof will be a DCAM. Pretty much, it's kind of dates back to the older minting technology, where you used to get without the D, just the CAM for cameo. But yeah, that's just to distinguish it as a proof. So yeah, that's a nice one. So that's the box 1 finished, and I'll just pause the video while I get box 2 over and move these out of the way. So a few disappointments in there, but some nice ones, kind of as expected. But yes, definitely some learnings to be made from those lower grades in that box. Okay, now on to box B, the second box. Let's see how we go with this one. Still on the 50 cents, seems. Right, 2019, this is the ASIO 30th anniversary, the security. Nice coin there, 67. It's average, yeah, that's okay. Would have been nicer to go up a bit, but I didn't, again, have many of those to pick from. This is the Christmas coin from 2019. 12 Days of Christmas. Oh dear, MS64. See, that's a disaster, really. 64. Oh, and it's rotated as well. So, well, you can't really blame them. If you look at the design on the front, which way up is the right way, hard to tell. Obviously they got it slightly wrong because it should be like that. So yeah, I can't see for a 64 I would expect there to be an immediate visible problem with it, which I can't see straight away. And if I had, I would not have sent it off, but yes, I'll need to look at that closer. 64, definite disappointment for a non-circulating 50-cent piece. So yeah, that's a shame. Year of the Pig, so this is the lunar one again, but from 2019. 66 though, this one, that's again not too good for a 50. Again, I only had the one of these to choose from, but I thought it looked okay. So some definite lessons to learn from looking at some of these lower grades. Possum Magic. So this was in the baby set for that year. They did it a few years in a row. 2019 was the last year. Sorry, the second to last. 2020 was the last year. And 2021 they're doing something completely different. 67, that's okay. Pretty average. Oh dear. Right. So this is the indigenous languages again, but if I don't know, I've put the other one away. But this is the non-frosted version. So this is the circulating version that would appear in change. Now, obviously, this hadn't been circulated. This was taken from, I think, a bag, yes, which might explain the low grade of a 63 there. So that's not great. I did know that had some marks on it because it has come from a bag, so it's been in contact with other coins. It's not been touched by fingers, but it has been touched by other coins. So I knew it wouldn't be great, but 63 still is very low. As you may notice, there's a lot of 50-cent pieces here, and this one makes a complete set. So this makes 2019 a set of every 50-cent released in 2019 as it being in these boxes. So if I hadn't graded one of these, I would have been missing it. So that's why I put it in, even though I knew it wasn't the best. But I was hoping it maybe it might have made a 64 or 65, but there we go. I kind of knew that would happen. So back to 2020. This is the Banjo Patterson Set. So there were 3 coins: Clancy of the Overflow, Waltzing Matilda, and what's the other one? Oh yes, the Man from Snowy River. So a 3-coin set. These are 50-cent pieces, but they're made from slightly different metal. So they look golden. They're not gold-plated or gold, obviously. So they're made from the same material as the $1 and $2 coins, basically. And it's the first time they've done it since they did one coin a while ago, several years ago, for a Royal PNC, but since then they haven't done it. So they do look quite stunning, even though this isn't the top grade. 67 though, it's not too bad. I think that's a bit average for this coin. I've seen them up to 69. But it does present very well. So there should be 2 of each. I did 2 sets. Which order they've done? Okay, so this is the other Clancy, and that's a 67 as well. So then we have Waltzing Matilda, again 67. So there's a lot of detail on these coins. The other Waltzing Matilda, 67 again. Okay, so these are all coming out 67s, it seems. Oh, 66 for the Man from Snowy River. It's a shame. Step down. Again, we'll have to see what's brought that down. One more of them then. Oh, nice, 68. Bit better. Although, of course, that means I don't have a complete set of the same grade. 60, yeah, with those two. So, yeah, mixed, yeah, okay, not great, but not too bad. Right, all proofs. Right, so this is from 2015 again. They did a lot of 50-cent pieces in 2015 because it was an anniversary year of the RAM. And this was a special proof. So it just looks like the standard coat of arms with the IRB effigy of that year. But this has a C mint mark, which was, I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Where is it? Lost it. It's hiding somewhere. You probably see it before I do, but it is there. Yeah, so that's, they didn't make too many of those, and even fewer have been graded. So 69, that's pretty nice. Obviously a 70 would have been amazing, but can't have everything. So here's the honeycomb, as they call it, nickname, the RAM anniversary that we saw earlier in the coloured standard version from before. This is the gold plated proof version, and that's a 69 as well, so that's quite nice. Again, like I say, all proofs should, it's rotated slightly. All proofs should be a 69 or 70 really. I'm sure that's going to prove me wrong soon. but right. So dollars. So these are the mint mark, privy mark sets that they release each year. This one was from 2016 to mark the anniversary of Australia's first mints, and this reproduces the Australia design from some of those early coins. And this was available in a set of 4 with different mint marks and privy marks on them. And I'm collecting these, so I kind of did this selfishly, but I won't need all 4 of the set. But there's not many of these graded, so even though it's not terribly rare as a coin. So 66, yeah, that's not amazing, because this has come from a sealed set, remember, so you'd hope it would be closer to perfect than that, but there we go, 66. Trouble is there's 4 in the set, and you can't really dump the whole set just on the basis of 1 or 2 coins, but the C mark is the 66 as well. And then what's this one? The S for Sydney, 66 again, okay. See, there's sometimes the coins grade, it's down to how they were made. Sometimes they weren't made particularly high quality, and you'll find that they average at lower grades. But I'll have to look up the population report to see. 68, this is a better one. So the M mark made a 68. That's nice. Okay. There won't be many of those, I'm sure. We'll have to look up again. PCGS have a population report, which is like a database of every coin that's ever been graded, and you can see each coin, you can look up a number. Each coin has its own unique ID number. You can look it up, and it has an ID number for the coin in general, that coin. And you can see how many have been graded, how many have made 68 or 69 or what have you, how many have made what grade. So you'll see whether this is the best grade or whether there's been higher, and how many there are. So it helps you to know how valuable or rare that coin is. So what's this one? Okay, so this is from 2019. This is from a set of different effigies. So to celebrate the switch over to the Jody Clark effigy, they released a mint set of all 6 coins, 5 cents up to $2. And each coin had a different effigy on it. So this is the Machin effigy, which is the original, and it's on the 10-cent piece. And we've got a 67. Okay, that is not too bad. Excuse the cars in the background. 67 is okay. I'll need to look up how well. I'm not entirely sure what the top grade is on that one. I would have thought higher. The 10 cent, 5 cent, 20 cents, they tend to grade quite highly because of the metal they're made of. So 67 possibly could be a little disappointing. 67 again. So this is the Mary Gillick effigy on a 5 cent piece. This is very desirable by some people. It's not the highest grade, this one, but high grades of this are very desirable because there's a lot of 5 cent collectors out there, and that effigy, I can't get the light on it very well. That's a popular effigy as well. And here is the 20 cent, 68, see that's better, with the Maclouf effigy on the 20 cent piece, very shiny. It's nice. Let's quickly switch to the next box, as that is continuing, I presume, that set. Right, so this is the $2, and that had the new Jody Clark effigy. So this is technically the same as the $2 Jody Clark effigy that went into circulation in 2019. 65 though, that's disappointing. From a mint set, you'd hope. I mean, you'd hope for better from a mint set. But I only had one set to really go through. So it goes to show, even in the same set, the variance that you can have. And this is the dollar. Again 65. That's a shame. So that's the Gottwald effigy on the dollar. So all of those coins, apart from the $2, all of those coins are not available in any other way from that, other than that set. So yeah, some disappointments in that set, unfortunately. But yeah, we'll move on. I'll just pause while I move these out of the way, and we'll proceed with this third box. Okay, on we go with this box. So this is the other 2019 set they released for the effigy. It was also the 50th anniversary of the dodecagon-shaped 50 cent. So they released this set of 5 different 50 cent pieces, each with a different effigy on it. This is the IRB Ian Rank Broadley effigy, which was also put into circulation. So this is the same as the circulation coin. 65. Wow, yep, that's not great from a set. You would hope for better. I will have to look again closely to see why that's got that. And that's been separated from the set, so we'll have to come back to that. So this one is totally different. This is $1. This is the 2014, which was the anniversary of the dollar. So it's the Mob of Ruse, but two distinctly different things about it is that it's coloured on the ruse, they're colourized, and also it is made from cunei, as you'll see on the label there, so a silver metal rather than the traditional aluminium bronze that dollars get. So there was a couple of different versions of that. This one was available on a card. Let's put that down there while that car goes past. Alright, what are we on here? Right, onto $2. So this is the changeover. So from 2016 they did the changeover set. Is this the set? Yes, so this is the set. I did a set of these. So 67 for the $2, that's quite nice. And then we have the $1, which is 66. Could be better. Although I've seen a lot of 65s on that as well. The dollar is the most valuable coin out of them all because it's the rarest, but so shame that one wasn't higher. There's the 10 cent at 66. So obviously these all came from the same set. That doesn't mean they're all the same condition, though. Anything can happen to any single coin. 67 again on the 20 cent. There's the 50, 66 for the 50 cent. Again, there's a lot of field there, a lot of space there to get nicks and knocks. I didn't think it was quite as bad as the 66, but there we go. And is this the 5 cent? Okay, 67 again. Okay, so it's a 66, 67 mix for that set. Still, it's a very popular set that should still find a nice home somewhere. Oh, some planetary, right. So I only had a few of these handy. So this was a set of 10 coins, which has been going crazy in the last year or so. The Mars coin, which is a $2 coin, has just blown every other coin out of the water because of so many $2 collectors wanting it. But the rest are still quite desirable. So this is the 20 cent version. There was just one 20 cent piece in the set, and this is for Uranus. Yeah, these are very nice coins. And we've got a 69, yeah, which is nice. Some of them, you do get quite a few 70s in this. They were very, very high quality coins. So, but 69 is okay. I only had a couple of them, right. So this is the 10 cent piece, which was Earth. So they're all the same style. There's a lot of detail there in those coins around the edges. 69 again. Okay, so that's quite nice. We got it for 70? No, 69 again. So this is the 1 cent, so tiny little coin for Pluto. You'll see it says RD. That's because it's a 1 cent piece. So the 1 cent and 2 cent pieces are made from copper, and copper has a tendency to turn brown with age. So there's an RD to show that it's still red. That can be changed to a RB for ready brown, or BN, I think, for brown. It's more applicable to the older coins, like the old pre-decimal coins or the 1 cent and 2 cents. You would hate to have a modern coin not grade as a red. 69. So all three of those are the, I think that was all three planetary ones I had, all 69. So that's okay. No 70s, but also no disappointments. Okay, so this is the Bananas in Pyjamas. They did a 2-coin set, a 5-cent and a 20-cent. And this is the 5-cent. We've got 69, so that's nice. It's not a proof, so it's getting 69 in a non-proof is quite nice. They do tend to grade highly, though. There are 70s around in existence for those two. Oh, 68 for the other one. That's a shame. So, unfortunately, some minor thing. I mean, when you're at the very high grades, it doesn't take much to knock it down a grade, unfortunately, which is why prices for 69s and 70s are so different. But that's a shame that it's more a shame that the pair don't match grades, unfortunately, because I only did the one set. Right, so this is another $1 Privy Mark Mint Mark set. This was the 2021, which was for the Eureka Gold Rush. Again, not many of these get graded for some reason, so presumably they're a bit niche for collectors, but I like them. I wanted one, so I did a set. So this is the B for Brisbane Mark, 65. Oh, that's not very nice. Yeah, shame. From a sealed pack, you would think, yeah. So 65, not the best. What's this one? 68. All right. See, that just goes to show, 2 coins from the same pack, and they're that far apart in grade. So, there's more to this grading lark than meets the eye. So that's going to be the top population, I would think, just because not many of these have been graded. 67. Okay, my M mark. And what's the last one? The S, 67 again. So we've got 2 67s, a 68, and a 65 from the same pack. Obviously, all of these coins were handled extremely carefully when removing them from the packs. So, any knocks and dings will be from the manufacturer, the minting process, and before it got into the pack. So the last one in this pack. Okay, so again, I didn't have a whole pack of these. This wasn't in the 4-pack anyway. This was the Convict Era from 2018. This was available only individually. It has the special S counter stamp, not Privy Mark. So it's if you can see, if I can focus on it. Too close. Anyway, a counter stamp is sunken in a round circle rather than being raised like a mint mark. So 65, yeah, these coins, because these coins are actually handled in order to stamp them. So they're then, not only are they handled, they are then put into a less secure folder. It's kind of just stuck together with a bit of glue, so air can get to them. So yeah, that's perhaps not so surprising that that's not graded as well, because it hasn't come from like a completely sealed, perfect pack like the rest of them. Okay, so we'll just pause now to move on to the next box. We're halfway through. Okay, so I had to take a quick break there, so the lights got a bit different since then, but we're moving on to second half, box 3, and let's have a see what we have in here. So, okay, so now we have here another Privy Counter Mint Mark dollar. This is the Convict Era, so that's the map counter stamp. So probably hard to see here. You can see the counter stamp sunken in circular design there, so it's a map inside a circle sunken. 67, that's quite nice because these again were handled, so they would have been potentially risked scrapes and so on. So that's not too bad, and that goes well with the one we had before, which was the S counter stamp. Okay, moving on. So this is from another set. So this is the Holy Dollar and Dump commemorative one. which is a few years old now, 2013. And this one is a 66, pretty average, I guess, for that. This is a little older, so although it came straight from a packet, when they're older, they couldn't be, even though they've been in a packet, the minting process may have changed over time and stuff. So what have we got next from it? Oh, 65, that's a shame. That's the S. And then 66 for the C. And finally the M. 67. Oh, well, see, another range, 66. So 60, yeah, so we've got 3 different grades, all from the same packet. So it really does show you the slightest things can affect the grade. So 4 coins, all made not for circulation, put straight into a sealed packet, and they come out 3 different grades. So there we go. Now what have we got here? Okay, so this is 2019 from the year set, which had a moon landing theme. Was it? Oh, it is. Oh, okay. Yeah, so it is. They've put it in not the way I would do. So from 2019, the moon landing was the theme for the mint set, and the 5-cent piece had a special design, which you can see here is the moon's surface. And the $1 coin had a design as well. The rest was standard. So 68, which is nice. You expect 5-cent pieces to grade well, so that's okay. That's a real shame they've put it in backwards though, because obviously with commemorative coin, with standard circulating coins, you do tend to put the, excuse my dog in the background going crazy. You do tend to put the effigy on the front, but they haven't. They've put the design. No, sorry. Yeah, so you normally have the effigy on the front for standard circulating coins because of the way traditionally that's been done. But with commemorative coins, you normally have the reverse on the front, reverse on the front, and the obverse on the back. But they've not done that this time, which is a shame because anyone who wants to show this coin off is going to have to put it in display backwards. Okay, so this is the dollar from the same set. So you can see and you can see this time they put it the right way around, the way you'd expect. And that's a 67. I know the dollars don't grade quite as high as the 5s, perhaps. Sometimes, on average, you can get them the same grade though. So 67, slightly disappointing in some regards. Right, 2020 6th portrait. So it's the standard coin for 2020, basically. This one, the dollar. So the new Jodie Clark effigy. They don't really need to say 6th portrait on there because that's now the standard. It was introduced in 2019, but they do it anyway. So a standard dollar. 66, not too bad. Not too fantastic either, but we'll take it. And then we have the $2. So these would have been from the same set. So it's a 67. That's a bit better. Again, from a pristine set, you would hope perhaps a slightly higher grade, but there we go. These will go. I think I did the 50, but that was the 50 was covered before with all the 50s. Oh, here we go. Something different here. This is not Australian. This is from Great Britain, and this is the D-Day landings. Now, this will be hard to see in this light because I've got fake light, but this is, you can see the arrows of the D-Day landing plan of attack. So this is a £2 coin, and the £2 coin is a bimetallic coin. So there's a inner metal silver and outer metal golden. And this is from a D-Day set that was released. Oops, I got my condensation on there. So there were 4 coins from 4 different countries. So that was that's the UK, Great Britain, I should say. So here we have that. Oh, let's have a look. What was that? 66. Okay, so I know there have been higher grades than that, but the £2 coins, when you go into other countries, they have different kind of processes, and you can't always compare the grade to Australian coins, but I know they can. So that could have been better, but it could have been worse. This one is from Canada, so again it's a D-Day theme, and again a bimetallic coin. And right, 64. I know this coin hasn't been graded very many times, but I know that the 65 is the highest that's been graded. So that tells you something about the coin production quality rather than this particular coin, I think. And then here's the Australian one from that set. So this is a really nice coin, only available in this set. So I think there's only 10,000, 20,000, I can't remember, but it's not too many for a dollar coin. And not many have been graded because it wasn't a cheap set, and to get one coin out of it would have caused it to be quite costly. But 66, yeah, could have been better. The packs these came from were not made by the Royal Australian Mint. They were made by a third party that had obviously decided to put them together. They were kind of sold through the Mint, I believe, but they didn't produce them, so they were handled potentially in a different way, so perhaps without the same standard of care that the Mint would do. So this fourth one is from Belgium, and again, D-Day is the theme, as you can see there, and the standard kind of Euro reverse, well, the reverse of the slab. And that's a 66. I'm not sure, to be honest, if that's good or bad. I would need to look up the population report and generally what Euros grade at, but at least it's in line kind of with the other 66s of the set. So that's a unique set. I would need to check if I'm too unhappy with those grades, but I only had the one set to grade. So that's still a nice set. And moving on. So we did one of these earlier, if you remember, the 50th anniversary of the dodecahedron 50-cent set. So this one cropped up before, but no, hang on, sorry. Anyway, so this is the 50th anniversary set. And this was 5 different effigies. And this one is a 68. That's nice. I know there were 69s, but 68 is still good. So this is the Mackliffe effigy. So we should have more of these. So this one is the Gottwald 67. So down a bit. That's a bit of a shame that they don't match, but I'm sure getting 5 coins to match the same grade is going to be tough. So this is the IRB effigy, so we'll have seen this. So this is the one we've seen before. This grade 66. So before I got a 65, that was part of the other effigy set. Okay, so that's a 60. Oh, so yeah, so that's a 66. So it's disappointing again for the IRB. The Jody Clark, which is arguably rarer than the IRB, so quite happy to see that as 68. Obviously these two, the Jody Clark and the IRB, were the circulating coins for the year, so they have kind of extra interest with collectors. The rest were just only in this set. And here we have the Machin one, which is the gold-plated one of the set, and we've got a nice 68. That's good, 68. Nice, nice one. Excellent. Okay, so mixed bag there. 68s, 67s, and 3 68s, 1 67, and a 66. Okay, so yes, so sorry for confusing you with that previous 50. That was from a different set. Proofs. Okay. Right, so this one, sorry for my condensation. This is the standard coat of arms on here, but it's got a Machin effigy. Again, celebrating this landmark year of 2019. This was a proof, and it was available only from ANDA shows, and it had a very limited run of, I think it was 2019 issues. I could be wrong there, but that's my recollection. It certainly was limited. So we've got a 68. That's a shame. That's a shame because, well, A, because it's a nice coin, and B, because really with a proof you don't want anything under 69 because they're so pristinely made. I can't see an obvious flaw there, but I'll need to look. I'm looking through the camera, so I need to look. Yeah, I wonder if that. Yeah, there's got to be something there. Maybe that's an issue down there. I should have another one. Let's have a look. Oh, there we go. Finally, a 70. So, excellent. So there we go. It's the same exact coin. I had two of them. And they're in capsules, so there's been no risk to them. It's just the way it goes. The problem with proofs is, I mean, they are such high quality, but they are so susceptible. So just the process of getting them from the capsule to PCGS for them to grade, all it takes is for a tiny bit of fluff to land on the mirrored surface, and for then that to get moved in the wrong way, and it can cause a scratch. Even if you say you're wearing gloves, if you smear a piece of dust across that mirrored surface, it's so sensitive, you can cause a problem. And likewise, at the mint, they could have issues with it. But that's great. 70. I'm really happy with that. That's excellent. Okay, so that's box 3. I'll just tidy this up and move on to box 4. Okay, so on to box 4. Not 4, 5. That was confusing, wasn't it? We've done 4. We've got 2 to go. Okay, another proof. Oh wow, another 70. Another proof, another 70. Excellent. So this is 2015. It's just the standard 50-cent piece from 2015, and I did this because there were quite a few key releases on around the 50 cent in that year, and I had a few of them, and I decided to kind of get a few additional ones to go that kind of go with it. So that's great. Another 70. Can't complain about that. And completely out of order. Okay, so unrelated entirely to that, we have a 2020. This is the Qantas Centenary, and this is a beautiful coin. There was a big box set made, and most of them were small, regular-sized, coloured, still nice, but regular-sized coloured dollar coins. This is a dollar, but it is made of copper, and it is, as you can see, quite large, larger than a 50 even. And it's got this beautiful red copper feel to it, but colour and an iconic design, and that's really, really a nice coin. Unfortunately, we've got a 68. No, it's not a proof, so that's not like a PR. It's not. If it was a proof at 68, that's definitely disappointing. But I do know a lot of these have managed to reach 69, so it is a shame that this one has not done that. But 68 is still very nice for a non-circulating coin. And here we have the Olympics. So from 2020, even though the Olympics have been postponed, they went ahead with a few of these coins. And this is the beach volleyball representing the Olympic team. 66, I've seen higher than that, definitely. So it's a little disappointing. It's very hard to kind of judge some of these coloured coins. It's kind of a grey area as to what the graders consider in regards to the paint. So this will be the Paralympic team. So there were just these two coloured coins, coloured $1 coins released. So we've got a 67 on this one, which is a little better, but I have seen 68s and 69s, I believe, are out there. So yeah, could be better. They're still quite nice coins in the slab there. Okay, so now we've got some $2. So, okay, 64. Yeah, so this is the... Oh, there's a big scratch on there as well. That's not very good. That's on the case. I'll have to see whether that's in or out. Oh, no, it feels like it's on the outside. That's not good enough, really. Yeah, so I had a roll of these coins. So I dabbled in picking some of the best ones from a roll, which are generally the best way of getting hold of a circulating coin outside of a sealed set, if they exist. This one is a standard. It's not a sea mint or anything. It's just a standard Remembrance Day or Rosemary coin, as they call it sometimes. And yeah, so I think there's a few of these. Let's have a look before I judge. 64 again, okay. And it looks like it's just the 3. 64 again, okay, so it's just the 3 of them. Okay, all 64. So those were the best 3 coins I pulled out of a RAM roll. Unfortunately, being the best from the roll does not necessarily make them good. And that just goes to show the quality of circulating coins is such that the grades aren't necessarily going to be guaranteed to be good. So I will study those definitely. I mean, I can see straight away that they're scuffed and all kinds. I would have probably been wrapped up thinking they looked good compared to the other 22 coins in the roll. But I mean, they're nice and shiny, obviously, because they're brand new. But there's lots of dings from them rolling around the machines and drums before being put into rolls. Despite rolls being the best, far better than, say, a bag to get your coins from, they are by no means perfect. Okay, so this is a C mint. You can see here that 2019-C denotes the C mint. So this is the 100 years of repatriation. So when they released the $2 coins, they released a special limited edition with a special C mint mark on it. And they are generally produced to a higher standard than the circulating ones. And they come on cards, and yeah, like I say, they're limited to about 40,000. So repatriation 66, that's not amazing because they are made to a higher standard. You would expect a higher grade. 66 would be okay if it were just, if it was a circulating coin. 66 isn't too bad, but for a C mint, which is known to be a higher quality production, you would hope for more than a 66. Here's the same thing again, but this time we've got a 67. So that's good. I mean, they're good, but there will be probably small little scratches I missed. Plus, again, I didn't have too many. Oh, 67 again. Didn't have too many to pick from with these. Is there another one? Oh no, moving on. This is Armistice from 2018, which is a C mint, and we've got a 68. That's very nice. Now, these did go up to 70, I believe, but they're very rare. 69s even, whilst there's more than there are 70s, they're still very sought after, and they'll be, a couple of $100 probably, or depending on the market at the time. So 68 still be up there, worth a fair amount, and it's a very nice coin, this one too. So I can sit down and compare that to the others and see how C mints are graded. So we have another one here, 67. Okay, not quite as great as the 68, but still it's not bad. A 67. Okay, so this. Nice. So Green Dove, C mint. No, sorry, it's not the C mint. And okay, 30th anniversary. Yeah. So 2018, they did a folder, and they had 12 coins in it. Most of which, 10 of which, were unique to that set and were reproductions of older coins, but dated 2018. The green dove being from 2014 originally. So this is one of several from one of those sets that I graded. But 65 is not great because this is not a circulating quality coin. It was from a set which should have produced a higher quality coin. I didn't even have a whole set to grade. I just had some singles that I'd got my hands on. So I kind of trusted them to be good enough, and this one is not. I mean, it's not terrible. It's not worthless, but it's not great. I know 66 and 67s are the ones you really want to aim for. And there are 68s, but they're harder to get. But yeah, 66 for the gold poppy. That's nice. I did think these ones looked good. Oh, it's in upside down. Okay. Okay. Let's have that. Right. So this is, I think, the quite common mistake. You can see it actually doesn't look upside down at all. It's because the writing is the right way up. You know, depending on whether you want the $2 at the top or the remembrance at the top. You know, you could easily place that there and think it doesn't look wrong. But especially if you deal with a lot of other coins from other countries like the US, where this would be exactly what you know. The US coins do have the obverse that way aligned, but yeah, I've made that mistake with this one. I think I had two of these. Yep, 66 again, and it's upside down again. Okay. Well, but the 66 part is nice, at least. And then we got some more. Okay, no. So now we're back to the sea mints. So this is Remembrance Day, the rosemary. This one is a 66 again, not the best for a sea mint. And I'll have to compare that with some of the others. And this is the same coin, but this is the 2018 version. So this was from the set that goes with those others, and that's a 65 again. Yeah, that's not great. But because I had acquired these outside of the set, I technically don't know how they'd been handled between the set and arriving in my hands. So possibly I still should have identified from examining them any issues. And this is the changeover, 65 again. That's oh no, hang on. This is an original changeover. No, we've done that one already. Let's have a look. I don't know if I can get that. Focus. That is 2018, is it not? Let me get my trusty. My eyes are really not great. I don't know if this will work on the camera, will it? Oh wow. Kind of does. Still can't kind of read it. I'm just going to take it off camera to read. That's 2018. Sorry if you've been able to see that while I can't, but that's a 2018 coin in there, and they've mistakenly graded it as the categorized it, I should say, as the 2016 original. So it's wrong. So I will have to find out what the go is with that. Possibly I can send it back to be reclassified. Possibly I'll have to find out if that's worth it, given it's a low grade anyway. I'm not, of course, going to try and mislead anybody with it. Some people do they kind of consider these error labels as kind of errors. I mean, I don't see why you would be interested in a mislabeled item, but yeah, I'll have to figure out what to do with that. Yes, I'd be more annoyed if it was a better grade, but at 65 it's not fantastic. And, oh great, so I had one Green Dove Sea Mint available to grade, and I was going to grade it. I had a look at it, I thought it looked fine. It wasn't perfect, but it looked fine, but it's come out a nice 68, which for the 2014 is really nice to have. because these are valuable even. These are $100 raw, just not graded. So to have it graded and graded nicely, that's great. I'm happy with that. Of all the cements, that's the one I really was hoping for a good result on. So that's 268s we've got from the cements. Yeah. And another 30th. This is the Dome of Australian War, or the Mosaic, as some people call it. And that's a 65 again. Oh, that's a shame, because this one normally does well, this coin. There's something in the way they made it, but I'll have to look closer. So, yeah, a bit disappointing on those 30th ones. Goes to show, yeah, you need to be careful where you get your coins from, and you need to examine them closely. Okay, quick pause, and then we will have our last box. And here we are with the last box. So 100 down, 20 to go. Let's see what we've got. Proofs again. Okay. 2001. Okay, yep. So a $2 coin from 2001. Bit random. I'll have to explain why I've got this one graded. 68 though, that's a shame. I'll have to see what's impaired that coin. Because you'd hope for a 69 or above. But let's see, are we in order? Yep. So the dollar is a nice colorized sort of Centenary of Federation. And we've got 68 again. Pooh. Okay, so these came, these were mine straight from a sealed proof set, so it's a shame that that's happened. But I was trying to form a set. I've got the low denominations already, and I was getting the higher denominations graded to go with them. So shame that those are 68s. This is an interesting one. So this is from the Solomon Islands. It's a $2 coin, coloured obviously, as you can see. Now the reason I got interested in this is that it was actually produced by the Royal Australian Mint. They do some overseas coins now and again. And this was from 2018 to mark the anniversary of independence in the Solomon Islands. And they only made, this mintage of this coin was only 200,000, and it was a circulating coin. So I was able to get hold of some of these uncirculated, in a bag in fact, so utterly untouched. And obviously a bag is not a good place to get coins for grading from, but I am not even aware of any rolls existing or any commemorative kind of sealed packs for this coin, so bags was basically the best way of getting, you can get them. And I looked through the bag and there were quite a few in there that I wasn't even going to consider grading, but I managed to find 5 that I thought were at least passable enough. And I did suspect we'd get 65. There's 5 of these in there somewhere, so I'm hoping, because at least one of them stood out to me as being slightly better than the rest, but we'll see. You can see there's bag marks there from them jingling around, but it's literally the only way you can get hold of them. So there won't be too many of these graded. When I first sent these off, I thought I might be the first one. When I first sent these off, they literally was none had been graded. But by the time they came back, because it takes about 3 months turnaround for grading coins, then others had already had it turned out others had already submitted them, and there are now some around, but there's they're in the tens in terms of quantity. So still a very rare coin, and even rare graded. So it's not the best grade, but it's rare enough that I'm still happy. So here's another one, 65 again. Okay, I think they're all in a row then, it looks like, which is good. 65 again. See how close I can get to show you that. It's quite unique, really. This is, it's actually, even though it's a $2, I don't know if you can tell, it's larger. It's more like our $1 size. I've got $1 over here. You can see, yeah, it's more or less the same size as our dollar. So let's find the rest of these. That's 3 of them at 65. 65 again. Come on. 65 again. So all of them 65. Well, that's the catch-22, isn't it? I mean, it would have been nice to get a higher grade, even a 66 in one of them, but at the same time, I can't be too upset that 5 bag coins none of them came in less than 65, as we saw from the other bagged coin that I got that came out 63. Right, so here we have another moon landing, and this time the proof. 68, that's a shame. Okay, I have to examine that one, because that's the key one of the set, really, and next to the 5-cent piece. So I was hoping that would be better than that, but so yes, moon landing, proof, and now from the same year, 2019, we have the $2, and it's a 70 again. Excellent. So we've got another perfect proof coin, $2 coin. Obviously, it's quite hard, to get the tiniest piece of fluff on the case, and it makes it look like it's a problem, but that's not as beautiful. Excellent. So still a shame about that dollar though. And the 50, 70 again. So they did put all this gubbins here about the dodecahedron 50th anniversary, but it's just, this was just taken from the regular moon landing proof set, and there's no real anniversary part to it. That's just, I think, a confusion from the non-proof versions. Lovely. 50. That's great to have the 50 cent, because it's very sought after by collectors. And 70 again. Excellent. Wow, we're on a roll with this set. Well, actually, so this is the 5-cent piece, but this is the standard 5-cent proof. And as we'll see, as you know, that this set had a special 5-cent and a special dollar. But I also had a celebrations set. So the baby set and the celebration set were standard 5s and dollars. The baby set had a special 50, but they both have the standard 5 and dollar. But that makes these rarer than the rest of the proof set, because they were only in those sets. And here's the moon one, so you can see that's a beautiful, beautiful coin, especially in proof. And look at that, a 70 again. Oh, brilliant. So at least we got 170 with the special coins, so that's great. Unfortunately, if these are going as a set, then they will be mostly 70s, but not all. I already have the standard Mob of Ruse dollar, so I didn't grade one of those. But there we go. Okay, so those were the proofs. So now we have something else. This is another 50-cent piece, gold-plated. This one is round, as you can see, to kind of commemorate the original round 50 cents as they were when they first came out. So this is from 2016, which would have marked an anniversary of the original round 50-cent piece. And this is the WMF Privy Mark version. So it's gold-plated, but it has a special Privy Mark. I'm not sure. I think it's on this side. And I'm going to just take it off camera so I can find it. Oh, there it is. It's in this. It's just there. I'm not sure I can get it in focus for you, but WMF stands for the World Money Fair, which has its annual event in Berlin each year. And so this coin was available only there and in very limited numbers. There is probably next the non-Privy Mark version. There we go. So otherwise, other than that, preview mark, it's the same coin. Gold plated, and look, they're both 68s. Nice. So they're both quite limited mintage, and they both go very nicely together at a nice high grade like that. That's excellent. Okay, the last few coming up. So here's another Qantas. This is the standard size dollar. So this is the 747. I just did this one coin out of the many coins in the box set because the 747 has been quite popular out of all of the coins in that set, aside from the big copper one that we saw earlier. 67 is good. There's definitely, I'm aware of a lot of 66s out there, so 67's okay. I believe they could have been higher, but it's not too shabby. Okay, so this is from a PNC. This is the 50th anniversary of Hot Wheels, if you remember the toy cars. This was on a PNC, and I just thought it looked quite cool. And this is actually you'll see it's got -P. It's a Perth Mint production, this coin, for the PNC. But their dollars are, this is a dollar coin, but it's oversized versus the standard dollars. It has a nice frosted look to it, or reverse proof, reverse proof as you will, but it's not a proof. But I just thought that would look quite cool in a slab, and it does look quite cool. So although it's made in Australia, they used Tuvalu as the legal country for which this would be legal tender for. So that's why that's there. And yeah, I don't think too many of these have been graded because it's not an obvious choice. 68 is nice grade as well. They can go higher. The Perth Mint ones they can go up to 70 on some coins. But 68 is not too bad. I think we've got one more here. Yep, a 67. Okay. The trouble with the frosted finish is it can be very susceptible to very lights. Even the lightest of scratches can seem more significant on investigation with the frosted surface. I mean, this still looks pretty great in quick eyeballing, as it were. But clearly, if we look under some magnification, we'll probably find a reason for that to be slightly lower grade. So here's another Perth Mint coin. So this is the Endeavour, which was from this year, from a PNC, because the Endeavour was quite a popular theme this year around the world. I just thought this was quite a beautiful coin as well. Some of the Perth Mint stuff is not to my taste, but this one I quite like the look of, especially the combo of polished and frosted areas. Slightly rotated in the slab there, I guess because this front design was not entirely clear which way was the right, which way is completely the right way. 67, again, yeah, so most of the Perth Mint coins you can kind of assume are the same in terms of their likelihood. So I think, yeah, that could have been higher, but it's not a disaster. And here's another Perth Mint one, and this will be the last coin. I think the other one will be the same as this. So this was an older one from Perth Mint, but it's one I've been after in a graded form because I just think it's quite stunning. And this was to celebrate the anniversary of the introduction of banknotes, and so it kind of replicates the design of banknotes but on a coin. And at its frosted and larger size, this really, it doesn't really do it justice under the camera. It's really quite a unique coin. The back will be very similar to the others. Yeah. So 67. Now I know that there is at least 170 in this, so 67 could have been better. But as it's from a PNC, and the PNC itself is still quite desirable, so it's not cheap to acquire an example of this coin to send off, let alone many to choose from. So I didn't have many. So 67 on there. And what's the other one? The last coin. 68. Okay, that's better. So happy with that. 69 would have been nice. 70 would have been amazing, but I think even I knew that they weren't going to be 70s just from my pre-examination. But 68. So that's the end. And that's the end. So I'll just put this to one side and we'll recap. So there we have it. That's 120 graded coins. We've had some nice results. We've had some disappointing results. We've had some could do better. Most importantly, a lot of lessons, a lot of great information to glean. I mean, I did a lot of research, but there's only so much you can research before you need to dive in. So yeah, I'm overall happy. Definitely excited to have a nice large stock of graded coins. So you'll no doubt see some of these on our website soon enough. I'm sure I'll post when they are up. And but yeah, I'm just glad you joined me here to go through the unboxing. I hope it was interesting and that you learned something. And maybe next time I will do the same again. See how interesting it can be when I learn, see how much I've learnt next time and how the grades go. But thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, we'll see you in a new video very soon. Thank you.